Hey folks, this is Matt once again, and this is a video that was inspired by a very nice guy on here, Fabio, the Italian Stallion 51. He's a very nice guy on here. Definitely check out his channel. Has a lot of really great DVD, VHS updates and videos. Just very nice guy. And he was doing this. He did this video where he's talking about how the future of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Just for those who don't know, by the time I'm recording this, he has a new film out called Sabotage, and you may not know that because no one went to see it. The film bombed. It debuted at number 7. I think it's only made $5, $6, maybe $7 million total. Think about that. A new Arnold film debuted at number 7. And to be honest, like before I get into that, I didn't understand it. I didn't go see Sabotage. When I first saw the trailer, I'm like, okay, interesting. But then the more I saw it, and then like hearing from a few friends who saw it, it's yet again one of those trailers that lies to you. Because remember in the trailer when it said, oh yeah, Arnold's wife and kid are kidnapped. And Arnold says, I will destroy them. And oh shit, he's going to rescue his family? No! His family is dead. Die at the beginning of the movie. So the trailer lied. And, oh, you think it's going to be an action film? No! All the action you see is in the trailer. It's more of a mystery, and it's not really focused on Arnold. And it's on these supporting casts that, from what I understand, took their motif from Rob Zombie's Halloween. Just every fucking thing in the script, from what I understand, is fut, shit, piss. Oh, what a relief it is. Okay, I swear a lot too. But if I did a sentence like, hey, fuck this, hey, I got a fucking DVD update, so you motherfuckers better fucking listen, or I was gonna kick your fucking teeth in. Hey, I got a fucking movie called fucking Oblivion. It got fucking Tom Cruise and that motherfucker who likes fucking Scientology. Then I got this fucking Blu-ray called fucking Darkman. And then one day I'm gonna fucking review this fucking movie called Twister. It's not a fucking titty twister, it's just called fucking Twister. And then, oh yeah, I got this fucking movie, this piece of shit cocksucker movie called Beastmaster. And then, yeah, Beast Aftershave Part 1, 2, and 3 with fucking Stallone did fucking Rocky 2. It's not that fucking movie. See how annoying that gets? Now, I haven't seen the movie, so I can't judge it fairly whether it's a good or a bad movie. It's just, for the stuff I've heard, that, I've heard what the plot is, I've heard what the ending is, I've heard that it's not much of an action film, I've heard that it's pretty boring, I've heard that the supporting cast is pretty unlikable, and I could notice that in the trailer, especially that one bitch with the... Not the one girl who is with the team who's like, yeah, rock on. So what the hell she says? Some redneck bitch. That's what she sounded like. And the movie looking like a direct-to-DVD movie, I had no interest in seeing it. That's why I didn't watch it. And I'm guessing that's why a lot of people didn't watch it. But anyway, getting to the point at hand. Before I go into it, well, it's 3 minutes and I've already gone to it. I don't mention 5 action stars that I grew up with. I could pick more, but I'm just going to pick these 5. Dolph Lundgren, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Bruce Willis, Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now, I don't mention films that I love of these guys, because by the end of this video, you may go, dude, you don't like action films, you don't like old school action movies. The total opposite. I mean, I got a fucking Cobra poster, I got a Rambo 3 picture, I got a Rambo 4 poster over there. I got stuff on... I got a Snake Plissken action figure over there. Stuff I love of Dolph Lundgren. Films like... Icon in Peace is my all-time favorite, Dolph Lundgren. I love The Punisher. I don't give a shit that he doesn't have a skull. You know what? Hugh Jackman as Wolverine has never worn his costume. He has never worn his mask in the comics, but no one gave a fuck. Apparently. Instead, they made a joke in the first movie, and then they showed it in the deleted scene of the last Wolverine movie. There's been 4 X-Men movies, including First Class of Bullshit, which he did a cameo, and 2 Wolverine movies. He has never worn that costume, either one. The brown or the yellow. He has never worn that mask, but no one gave a shit. And yet, Dolph doesn't wear a skull, so he's not the Punisher. Fuck that. That doesn't... How does that make sense? Oh, he doesn't wear a skull. But, hey, Wolverine never wears his suit in fucking 6 movies. It doesn't matter. And I guarantee he's not going to wear it in Days of Future Past. So that's 7 movies. He never wears his costume in 7 movies. But, oh, Dolph doesn't wear the skull, so fuck him. You know what he does? He kills 100 people, like a Punisher should. And his name's fucking Frank Castle. And Dolph Lundgren has fun doing it. So I love I Come in Peace. I love The Punisher. I love Red Scorpion. I really enjoy Showdown Little Tokyo with Brandon Lee. Men of War. Army of One. I like even direct-to-video stuff he did. Well, first off, Universal Soldier. Gotta put that in there. I said Red Scorpion. I even like some of the direct-to-video stuff. I like The Peacekeeper. I don't mind Stormcatcher. I like Direct Action. The Defender. The Russian Specialist. You know, some of the stuff that's gone. Command Performance is great. He directed that. Command Performance is Die Hard and a rock concert type of movie. Really enjoy Command Performance. So those are Dolph Lundgren films I truly enjoy. Jean-Claude Van Damme, Bloodsport, Cyborg, Death Warrant, Lionheart, Double Impact, Universal Soldier, Hard Target, which is my favorite, Time Cop, Sudden Death, Wake of Death. I like The Order. I like Universal Soldier: The Return, which I think is underrated. I said Sudden Death. I really enjoy Sudden Death. Again, Hard Target is my favorite. I don't mind. I can watch Second in Command for a direct-to-video film. I like JCVD. You know, there's other films I love, but those are ones I really love. Van Damme. You know, Bloodsport, Kickboxer, Cyborg, Death Warrant, Lionheart. You know, I don't mind Nowhere to Run. You know, Hard Target is my favorite. Universal Soldier is great. Bruce Willis. Die Hard. Die Hard 2. Die Hard with a Vengeance. I enjoyed Live Free or Die Hard. Unbreakable. Tears of the Sun. The Fifth Element I love. Unbreakable I enjoy. I know there's some I'm missing. I said Tears of the Sun. Hostage I liked. I liked Hostage. Tears of the Sun. Unbreakable. I said that. Mercury Rising. I enjoy Mercury Rising. I enjoy The Last Man Standing with Walter Hill directed. Pulp Fiction I enjoy. I don't mind Striking Distance. I mean, watching it again, I thought it's an okay film. The Last Boy Scout I loved. Love The Last Boy Scout. You know, Die Hard Friends, Last Boy Scout, The Fifth Element, you know, Pulp Fiction, Last Man Standing, Mercury Rising I think is underrated. I'm entertained by that film. You know, Tears of the Sun. No one talks about that movie. I enjoy that film. Sylvester Stallone, of course, my favorite action star. I have a fucking Cobra and Rambo stuff. I love all 4 Rambo films, including the 3rd film. I'm not the biggest fan of Rocky V, but you know I can watch it. But the other Rocky films I really enjoy. I love Tango and Cash, Lock Up, Over the Top. I think ICU is underrated because I think it has one of Stallone's most underrated performances. I love Daylight. I think that's underrated. Cliffhanger is a fucking fantastic action movie that deserves higher marks on IMDb and deserves more talk. I'm not talking about remake talk. I'm talking about more people talking because Cliffhanger is excellent. Demolition Man is great. I like Oscar. Nighthawks is a good one. Just, you know, I said Lock Up, Tango and Cash, Over the Top, Cobra, Oscar I can watch. Cliffhanger is great. Demolition Man is great. Love Daylight. Copland. Dick Carter. I don't get the hate for Dick Carter. I think Dick Carter is better than anything Stallone has done the past 4 years. I'm sorry. My personal opinion. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Love Schwarzenegger movies. Predator and The Running Man are 2 of my favorites, and Commando is up there. That's one of my favorites too. End of Days I absolutely love. I saw that in the theater. Still love End of Days. Collateral Damage is great. I don't mind The Sixth Day. Let's see. Eraser is great. Love True Lies. I like Last Action Hero. The Terminator is great. T2 is a good sequel. I like Kindergarten Cop and Twins. Total Recall is a classic. Jingle All the Way is actually my favorite Arnold comedy. Red Heat is a good buddy cop film that Walter Hill directed. Better than fucking Bullet to the Head. You know, I like the Conan films. Conan the Barbarian, Conan Destroyer. Red Sonja, not really. Terminator 3, not really. Pumping Iron, I like. Hercules in New York sucked. I think Terminator 3 pretty much sucked. Batman and Robin sucked. Around the World in 80 Days, which cameo sucked. Raw Deal, I don't care for, except a little bit of the ending. So is there stuff that I disliked? Yeah, but all Junior sucks. But a lot of the stuff I mentioned, again, Terminator, Terminator 2, Conan the Barbarian, Conan Destroyer, Eraser, True Lies, Predator, The Running Man, Jingle All the Way, End of Days, Collateral Damage. Collateral Damage, End of Days are two great films that didn't deserve the bomb. Those are films I can go, those did not deserve the bomb. Why did those films bomb? Which will get to my fucking point that I'm getting to. But anyway, I know it's 10 minutes in, you're wondering what the fuck am I talking about. I just wanted to specify, I'm a big fan of these action stars. I'm a big fan of these action stars. Yeah, you just listen for 10 minutes or 7 minutes or however, which action films of theirs I like. And that's not including the action films that I do enjoy Steven Seagal, like Under Siege 1 and 2, and I even like The Glimmer Man. I like Above the Law, Out for Justice, Marked for Death. And that's not including, Jeff Speakman movies. I love The Perfect Weapon, and Deadly Outbreak, and Street Night. And that's not including, Mark Dacascos movies like Drive, and Only the Strong. I mean, it just goes on and on. There's a lot of Chuck Norris. I love Firewalker. I love, the Missing Action films, the Invasion USA. It's time to die, Charles Bronson, I like Death Wish 3 and Death Wish 4. I mean, the list just goes on. So my point is, what is going on with these action guys? And what is going on with their fucking movies? And I know it's the day and age of the superhero, and I'm getting fucking tired of that too. I mean, you know me. I mean, I don't hate everything. Look at how many films I named off that I enjoy. Of those 5 guys alone. How many movies did I name that I enjoyed? But, all those films I enjoyed from those guys, and of course you have The Expendables, which I saw in the theater, love. Looking back, does it have some problems? Yeah, it has some problems with the CGI and stuff. I still enjoy The Expendables, though. I have the theatrical cut, I have the director's cut, or whatever the hell cut it is. I enjoy the film, The Expendables. I still enjoy the film. I enjoyed The Last Stand with Arnold. I know not everyone is a fan of those. Do I think The Last Stand stands up to Eraser or, The Fifth Element or Cobra or, Cyborg, Hard Target, Time Cop? No, but I still like The Last Stand. The second half of the film, to me, is a fun, entertaining action movie. I still like The Last Stand. I'm not going to apologize for liking The Last Stand. I know not a lot of people don't. Just the first half is a car commercial. But I like the film. Now, other than that, The Expendables and The Last Stand, let me name the films after The Expendables that these guys have done. Dolph Lundgren. The same year, he released a film called Icarus, which I'm not going to put because it was the same year. After Expendables, this is what Dolph Lundgren gets. In the Name of the Teen 2, an Uwe Boll movie. Uwe Boll movie. In the Name of the Teen 2 sucked worse than the first film, which really enough had another Expendable, Jason Statham. In the Name of the Teen, that's what he does after Expendables. He just In the Name of the fucking Teen 2. He never gets a film that goes in the theaters again, except Expendables 2, which I think that movie sucked, and I'll get to that. In the Name of the Teen 2. Then he does a piece of shit called Stash House. I saw the movie. He was a villain, but he was a very lame villain because he didn't have much to do. And I'm like, okay, you have Dolph Lundgren as a villain, you give him fucking nothing to do. And those piece of shit Universal Soldier direct-to-DVD films that I know a lot of people love, I'm sorry. I'm not going to love films that take the first 2 Universal Soldier films, oh, the second one doesn't exist, just no one liked the return except me and Efrey, A bald guy in New York or me. Oh, the first film? You know that guy you liked in the first film? He is now a zombie who cries watching monkeys on TV. And when people punch, that's it. Van Damme had one good scene with a knife. That's it. And then in fucking Day of Reckoning, he's a fucking bad guy. Oh, but he was this. No, it doesn't matter. Oh, he was turned and this and that. He's still a bad guy who fucking dies. Great. Luke Derville from Universal Soldier, who gets to the end of the film, which, by the way, even in Regeneration, doesn't fucking explain how he get from A to B. Where's fucking Ali Walker? If Part 2, The Return, doesn't exist, which it doesn't because he had a daughter in Part 2, well, she disappeared, and he was human in Part 2, just a regular guy, but that's not it. Instead, he just... Yeah! Rock on! John Hyams! Rock on! That's what I love. I love Van Damme just going... After Universal Soldier. No, you don't like the first film. That's fucking why. I happen to do. That's why these other sequels are pieces of shit. Yes, Day of Reckoning has some good fight scenes with Scott Adkins. Put him in a better movie where give Dolph Lundgren an actual role instead of just playing 50 fucking clones of himself in the first movie. How many fucking clones of Dolph are you gonna do? Pull out your ass like a magician. And, oh, now Van Damme is a bad guy, and he's ripping off Apocalypse Now, ready for him to go, the horror, the horror. Yes, it has some good fight scenes. I watched Ninja 2, Shadow of a Tear for good fight scenes. I watched The Raid Redemption for good fight scenes. I watched older Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren and Jeff Speedman and Steven Seagal movies for good fight scenes. One or two good fight scenes, which, you know, the weight room... The one with the weights and the one at the end. Two good fight scenes. And this fight scene with Van. 2 or 3 good fight scenes doesn't equal a good movie. Story absolutely sucked. Other Dolph, One in the Chamber. It was more Cuba Gooding Jr.'s movie. It was not much of a direct-to-DVD film. One in the Chamber. And Expendables 2 sucked because it was more of a comedy. It was a farce. Because everyone's winking at the camera. Let's hold back the action, but let's wink at the camera. And let's have Dolph Lundgren, who's a badass in the first film, now he's a drunk idiot. Who, I sneeze, and that's a joke. And we got fucking Liam Hemsworth there talking about, oh, my dog died. Yeah, because you fucked it to death. Okay, now shut the fuck up, and where's your better, more talented brother, Chris Hemsworth? Liam Hemsworth, get the fuck out of my face and get out of Hollywood. Fast. Stat. And you non, oh, he's a dilf. Stallone's a dilf. He's a dad I like to fuck. Go fuck yourself then. With a dildo. Called the Italian Stallion. Fuck off. The Package with Stone Cold Steve Austin was a so-so directed... That's another guy that got nothing. Stone Cold Steve Austin, who was in the first film. I mean, I can at least say I liked Tactical Force with him and Michael Jai White. The one he did was Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal sucked ass in it. Stone Cold was the only decent part of it. Steven Seagal is a whole nother story. He's lost... He's over there. Don't even get me started on Seagal. My brain will explode on that. But the Package was not much. I mean, it was there. Battle of the Damned I liked, but it was low budget. It deserved a bigger budget. But Battle of the Damned I liked for what it was. So really, since Expendables, 2011, 12, 13, Blood of Redemption, he just has a little part, don't give a fuck. Battle of the Damned. That's it. I look forward to his film called Skin Trade because it's got like Tony Jaa and Peter Weller and a shitload of other people like Michael Jai White. I'm like, Dolph Lundgren, Tony Jaa, Michael Jai White, and Peter Weller are in the same movie? Okay, I'll watch that. Hopefully that's good. But since 2010, the only movie got in the theaters is Expendables 2. Which that sucked. And all the other movies have sucked except Battle of the Damned. Jean-Claude Van Damme, what has he done since, well, let's say 2010. Instead of Expendables, he does Universal Soldier Regeneration. Which Dolph had like a little tiny part. Universal Soldier Regeneration, I already said my thoughts on it. Then he does Kung Fu Panda 2. This comes from a guy who actually liked Kung Fu Panda 1. Kung Fu Panda 2 sucked. Master Croc, his character, this is how many lines he has. Or less. Assassination Games, more like assassinate your asshole. He's with Scott Adkins. It's a boring as sin movie where the fucking film is in yellow. 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 You have a shitty, like, not even 2-minute fight scene that just goes on a standstill. Assassination Games. Hey, where's the action? There's an action. Where? Where is it? Is it in its back pocket hiding? Why does the film look like someone pissed on the screen? Why is Van Damme, once again, like that? Stop telling him to act that way, directors. Dragon Eyes, it's not his film. He's in it for a teeny bit. Expendables 2, he was the best part of the movie. But he was very underused. He had a shitty fight scene with him and Stallone. You cannot tell me differently. You watch Van Damme films. You watch versus the Sandman and Death Warrant. Versus Dolph Lundgren, Universal Soldier. Versus Ton Po, a kickboxer. Versus Chun Li in Bloodsport. Versus Bolo Yeon in Double Impact. Versus that guy in Lionheart. Lionheart! They have impact, they have feeling, they have something to it. Expendables 2 didn't have it. And it was Stallone and Van Damme, and you fucked it up. 6 bullets? Yeah, and it wasted all 6 shots. It's a direct-to-DVD film, there wasn't much ado about anything. Enemies Closer, I liked okay. I liked Van Damme as the bad guy. You could tell his little budget is sad because it's fucking Peter Hyams film. You could tell it's a direct-to-video film. I don't mind Tom Everett-Scott and Orlando Jones. But would I have picked Tom Everett-Scott? No. You could have Dolph Lundgren as a good guy fighting Van Damme. That'd be a change because Van Damme was a good guy and Universal Soldier. Let's have Dolph Lundgren as a good guy and Enemies Closer. Or Michael Jai White. Since they fought each other and Van Damme was a good guy and Universal Soldier, the return, you can flip it. I'm sure there's a lot of other guys who got, but they got Tom Everett-Scott. I don't think he was awful, if I'd be honest, but I'd probably own the film if it was $1 for Van Damme. But it's nowhere close to his past work. Welcome to the Jungle, I'm sorry, I thought it was a piece of shit. Van Damme is the only thing worth a shit. And he's probably in a combined total of, what, 20 minutes at most screen time? Just like he's missing, he doesn't come in, and then he's in it for a little bit, and then he disappears for like half an hour, and then he comes back in. Van Damme is, if you see that movie, fast forward to the Van Damme parts. Van Damme is the only thing worth a shit because he's actually pretty funny. The rest of the movie with fucking Adrian Brody's brother, which you could tell because they both got the noses that stick up their ass. The rest of the movie sucks. So, since 2010, what, Enemies Closer where he's a bad guy, that was the closest to a decent movie in my opinion. This is all my opinion. It's not your opinion, that's fine. This is all my opinion. The only thing that went into theaters was Expendables 2. Technically Kung Fu Panda 2, but Bruce Willis. Okay, Bruce Willis, 2010. Expendables and Red. Great. What does he do after those 2 films? He does direct-to-DVD shit. Like The Setup. You know who starred in The Setup? 50 Cent. And Ryan Philippe. You have 2 films that are in theaters, Expendables and Red, and the next film you do is a direct-to-DVD film? And a shitty one? I saw this one too, and it sucked. Catch 44, more like Catch 22. That movie sucked too. Cold Light of Day, I rated that piece of shit. Henry Cavill, before he was Man of Steel Boner, was another shitty movie. With Sigourney Weaver, who can shoot guns here, but I guess she can shoot people, she just doesn't want to shoot fucking aliens. Because an alien's, oh, I don't want to use guns. But I guess shooting people is okay for you. I know in a commentary on Alien, you said you wanted to fuck an alien. Don't believe me. Listen to the commentary with her and Ridley Scott. She wants to have sex with an alien. Or the xenomorph. Maybe that's why she doesn't want to shoot them and is okay with shooting people. Because she wants the xenomorph dick. She said that on the commentary of Alien. Don't believe me? Listen to it. She was talking about how she wouldn't mind a sex scene. TNT. The scene where you show her panties. Don't believe me? We didn't watch the commentary. See if I'm lying. So she don't want to shoot aliens. She wants to get in their non-existent pants, but she can shoot people. Cold Light of Day, I did a rant to let you know what my feelings are on it. Looper, I'll be honest, I didn't see. Fire with Fire, I did like as a direct-to-video film. But Bruce Willis had a small part in it. I liked it because I didn't mind Josh Duhamel in it. And I liked Fire with Fire, I liked for what it was. But it's not a Bruce Willis movie. It's a Josh Duhamel movie. Good Day Die Hard, I will admit. I saw it in the theater. I'm like, wow. Then I saw it at home, and you know my feelings on it. I understand why people hated the movie. I really do. A Good Day Die Hard is a disappointment. G.I. Joe Retaliation can suck my dick. Red 2 was boring and forgettable. Like my friend brought up a good point. He's like, so it's like the whole 10 yards? Exactly. A sequel that wasn't needed and a sequel that's completely forgettable and a piece of shit. That's what Red 2 is. Just like the whole 10 yards with Bruce Willis. I like the whole 9 yards. I like Red. But the sequel sucked. Red 2 sucked. Good Day Die Hard is not that great of a movie. G.I. Joe Retaliation sucked. I did reviews on those. Well, not Red 2, but fuck that movie. Stallone. After Expendables, he does a voice in The Zookeeper, a piece of shit Kevin James movie. He did Expendables 2, which you already know my feelings on. He did Bullet to My Ass. So don't sass me for saying it. I'm sorry that Guru Cop, Son Kane from Mortal Kombat, is on his fucking phone all the time, and that was the best partner they can get for Sly. You know, back in the day, we had Sly and Kurt Russell. Now we got Sly and Son Kane. Back in the day, we had Walter Hill doing Red Heat. Now we got Walter Hill doing shit like Bullet to the Head until you're dead. Dead asleep after watching the fucking film. Is Steve playing? Can I escape from the theater when I saw this piece of shit? No! This is not an action movie. It's a prison escape film. And it was done better. It's called Lock Up. Stallone had a better performance in Lock Up, has a better musical score from Bill Conti, has good songs like Ever Since the World Began, has a better villain in Donald Sutherland. That's not a film that's an action film, but it's a film that's better because it's more entertaining. You have people like Sonny Landham and Tom Sizemore and his supporting cast. What you have in Steve playing? 50 Cent! Vincent D'Onofrio, who has bad guy in neon over his head. Sam Neill, who took the paycheck because he disappears. In the thin air, he disappeared in the Event Horizon. He had an Event Horizon in his fucking room. That's where he went. He went back to hell in Event Horizon. That was his character. From Event Horizon, he popped up, and then that's why he disappeared. He went back to Event Horizon, he went back. Let's go Event Horizon 2, Electric Boogaloo, The Escape of Lawrence Fishburne, so he can get the hell out of there. Event Horizon 2, The Escape of Lawrence Fishburne. That's what you could have done with Event Horizon 2. Do a sequel where Lawrence Fishburne is trapped, and he's got to escape hell. I'll see that movie, but that's a good idea, which is not existing in Hollywood. Johnny Knoxville is going to be Leonardo in the new movie. Jackass is going to be Leo. Good ideas in Hollywood are dead. Had to throw that in there because I knew. Oh, and then Sly writes Homefront. Oh, of course, don't let me forget Grudge Match. What a fucking winner that is. Bullet to the Ass, Escape Plan. By the way, all these films flopped. I know people keep saying Escape Plan was a hit. I don't understand that. Okay, it made 140 million worldwide total. But here in the US of A, you have two of the biggest action stars of all time, Arnold and Sly, and their first film together. That film, Escape Plan, only made $25 million. Now look at Ride Along, a piece of shit comedy with Kevin Hart and Ice Cube. That made over $130 million in January. In January. And that's a piece of shit comedy. That's with Kevin Hart and Ice Cube. But the two biggest action stars, and I can't blame people because it was a shitty movie. And it only made $25 million in the US of A. For those two guys, it's pathetic. Just because, I mean... And then Arnold, his comeback, I like The Last Stand. It bombed still. A lot of people don't like it. Expendables 2, you know my thoughts. Escape Plan, you know my thoughts. And Sabotage. I'm not going to guarantee because there's always room for surprises. World War Z surprised me. You know, Pain and Gain surprised me. Any film can surprise you. That's just how it is. I have a good feeling, though, like I did with other films. Nightmare on Elm Street remake and RoboCop remake and, you know, Bullet to the Head, Grudge Match. That's going to be in that territory. Disappointing, not only with a trailer lying to you, but like, why this movie? You know what Sabotage looks like to me? It looks like, hey, why don't I just watch Street Kings with Keanu Reeves? Which I like that movie. That's what it looked like. It's like, you know what? Why should I pay and see that in theater when I see Street Kings on DVD? Which, again, I like that movie. I'll watch that movie. I'll see Sabotage sometime, give it a chance. Again, I could always be surprised. But yeah, a lot of these films bomb because, granted, you just say a lot of people don't want to see these guys anymore, which is true. I know someone's going to bring up, well, what about Expendables? And what about Die? Well, Die Hard is a brand name people recognize. Expendables, people saw those films because not just for Arnold, not just for Stallone. If you had the Expendables and it was just Stallone, it would have flopped. I would guarantee it. You've seen it. Bullet to the Head flopped. Escape Plan, I'm sorry. Those two guys, the biggest action stars of all time, and you did $25 million in the US? Fucking Noah with Russell Crowe made double that in its opening weekend. That's a fucking biblical movie about a fucking boat that doesn't... I wouldn't think the same, like Titanic. Two biggest action stars of all time, and your movie only makes $25 million in the US here. But Ride Along can make 130. And again, Escape Plan, these guys need to do better movies is what I'm getting at, folks. I know it's a half hour in, you wonder what's the point of this video. What are these guys doing? Picking these projects. Again, I like The Last Stand. Really, out of those 5 guys, The Last Stand, maybe Battle of the Damned, and maybe it's Enemies Closer. And Enemies Closer and Battle of the Damned are like, one's like okay, and one, you know, I liked Battle of the Damned for a direct-to-video film. Are they anywhere close to what they were back in the day? Hell no. No cliffhangers. No hard targets. No Demolition Mans. Or Running Mans. Which Running Man didn't even do that well when it came out. That's one I can go, I don't understand why Running Man didn't perform better. And I don't understand why End of Days didn't perform better. Collateral Damage, I don't know if it's because of the 9/11 stuff, but that deserved more. Those films I can defend. I can't defend these movies when they're pieces of shit. Terminator 3 was a piece of shit. Terminator Salvation, I don't give a fuck. Expendables 2 I thought sucked. I was disappointed. You've heard me rant about that 50 times. Escape Plan, you heard me pissed off about that. It's not an action film. It's a boring film. Yeah, I wanted those two together for the first time in the entire film for a movie. Well, first off, Arnold doesn't even appear till like 30 minutes into the movie. And second off, it's a boring movie that nothing happens. Well, Arnold gets a big gun. Yeah, he shoots it for like 10 seconds at most. And Sly gets in a shitty fight with Vinnie Jones. 9 times out of 10, when Vinnie Jones is in film, it sucks. Like The Condemned with Stone Cold. That sucked. But yeah, the Expendables films were hits because, hey, we got Arnold. But Arnold was only a cameo in the first film. But so, oh, we got Stallone. And we got Statham. And we got Mickey Rourke. And we got Dolph. And we got Jet Li. And we got Eric Roberts. And we got all these guys. Whoa, we got all these guys together? And then the second film, oh, you got now Van Damme. And Chuck Norris. And this. And that. And Bruce Willis. That's what people saw. Like, wait a minute. Stallone and Bruce Willis? Oh, and there's Arnold, and there's Jason Statham, and there's Jet Li, and there's Dolph. Oh, and this one, oh, and there's Chuck Norris, and there's Van Damme. That's why people saw them. That's why I don't know. And I hated the Expendables 3 teaser. Don't fucking sell your movie to me with a song about hand jobs. Stroke me, stroke me. No, I'll stroke myself. I don't need to stroke you. So stop singing Stroke Me. And how about, if it's an action film, how about you show some action? Don't just show titles that look like from Fast and Furious font. Expendables 3, you're not fooling me. I think I'm just ranting at action films, but I'm ranting in a way at these action stars. On what is going on? Some of these guys, maybe they can't help it. Dolph Lundgren and Van Damme, they can't get a movie in theaters. Unless it's an Expendables movie. If Battle of the Damned had the budget of a Die Hard film, or if it had the budget of a Steep Plan, give that budget of a Steep Plan to Battle of the Damned. That would have been cool. It would have been great. I liked Battle of the Damned, but give the budget of a Steep Plan to Battle of the Damned. Enemies Closer. Give that budget and have Van Damme instead of Tom Everett Scott hire. You could hire Jason Statham for that movie. Hell, you could Jason Statham versus Van Damme. I'll go for that. Hopefully, it's a better fight than Expendables 2 with Van Damme and Stallone. Although I don't fucking trust Jason Statham because his track record has been shit too. Killer Elite sucked. Transporter 3 sucked. Homefront sucked. Expendables 2 sucked. Again, this is all personal opinion. If you disagree, that's fine. There's a reason why a lot of these films are bombing. And yeah, it's because it's now in the age of superheroes. Comic book movies, which I am tired of. Man of Steel, and then, now you got Captain America, and you got, I'm sure you don't have Captain America 3, you'll probably have a Thor 3, you have Avengers 2, you got Batman vs. Superman, or wherever the fuck title they go, then they'll probably have Ant-Man, and then they'll have probably, I won't be surprised if they have The Flash or Wonder Woman. Well, they'll be in Batman vs. Superman, so if that's successful, they'll try to do a Batman, they probably will try to do another Batman film after. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to do another Man of Steel film after. It's going to keep on going. You're going to get films like Doctor Strange, and then they'll go down the ramp until you get, fuck, what was that comic book character? God, I can't remember. I can picture it, but I can't describe it. Yeah, drinking a little different today. I'm just pissed off. I love the Raid Redemption. I enjoy. Hell, Olympus Has Fallen did well enough for a fucking sequel. It's not like Gerard Butler is a big star, and people are seeing it for Gerard Butler. Olympus Has Fallen did well. Yeah, they're doing a sequel. Wasn't that released around the same time? But sad to say, I would say Olympus Has Fallen is better. Olympus Has Fallen is better than Steve Plan. It is better than most of. Well, other than The Last Stand, I like The Last Stand better. I probably like Battle of the Dam better because that has a tiny budget. Like if you gave this Olympus Has Fallen budget to Battle of the Dam, so Battle of the Dam I think cut a little bit, or I cut a little bit of I ease up on it because it's dirt cheap budget and they did the best they could. I'd probably say I like Olympus Has Fallen better than Enemies Closer. I like Olympus Has Fallen definitely better than Bullet to the Head. Sad to say, I like Olympus Has Fallen better than Expendables 2. And I wasn't the biggest fan of Olympus Has Fallen, but I didn't rant on it. I have problems with it, but it's better than a lot of action movies today. It was sad to say. Non-Stop, I know that's not an action film, but I was more entertained by that film than most of these films today. And those films made a bit more money. I'll be honest, I don't know what the fuck the point of this video was. Now, I already forgot. I started with one, and then I went off track to another. So, I don't even know if I'll upload this. I'm just pissed off. Okay, yeah, these films are bombing. But what's sad is there shouldn't be always a thing of me going, I don't understand why this film bombed. Like, why wasn't Hard Target? It only made 30 million. Why didn't it make 50? Or End of Days, Collateral Damage. How come those films were not bigger hits? Those are good movies. How come My Come of Peace didn't get a bigger release and be a big hit? Same with Men of War or Showdown Low Tokyo. Why is it that Showdown Low Tokyo only got into like 140 theaters? So of course it bombed because Warner Brothers are shitheads. Showdown Low Tokyo is a great action movie. Like, I would root for movies. Now it's flipped. Now it's, these films are bad. And they deserve to flop. And now I understand why they flop. Like Showdown Low Tokyo, I would champion. Like, why are you flopping? Why? Now it's the other. Of course, fucking Steve Plan flopped. Of course, Grudge Match flopped. And Bullet to Head flopped. And from what I hear, Sabotage, why it flopped. And why Good Day Die Hard didn't do as well as the other Die Hard films. Because it didn't do as well as the other Die Hard films. I'm sure it made a profit, but I guarantee you it didn't make as much money as they wanted. I goddamn guarantee you they wanted better reception. Because if they don't do that next movie, it's going to hurt them. Because people are like, fuck that, I'm not seeing it because Die Hard 5, Good Day Die Hard sucked. They won't see it in the theater. Well, some will see it in the theater, but I wouldn't be surprised if it made less money than Good Day Die Hard. I wouldn't, unless it had superb word of mouth. I would not be surprised if Expendables 3 makes less money than the second film. Would not be surprised. I don't look forward. The only thing Expendables 3 I look forward to is Wesley Snipes. As for what these guys are going to do, I don't know. I know they're older. I know people say, well, they're too old. How old is it to carry a gun? Look how long Clint Eastwood did that. Look how long Charles Bronson did that. Watch Death Wish 3. Charles Bronson, Death Wish 3. He's shooting bazookas. He's shooting heavy machine guns. Death Wish 3 is a fun action movie. But a lot of these stars don't want to make fun action movies anymore. Expendables 2 is more of a comedy than an action movie. Sabotage is trying to be more of a, from what I understand, a mystery thriller. Or some of these other films that Dolph and Van Damme are doing. They have no budget to try to do it. Yeah, Stallone, we wanted you to do a comedy, a boxing comedy. No, we didn't. Homefront, yeah, Jason Statham, I want an action film where your big threat is you want your pussy back. I mean cat. James Franco, you have a villain where his big thing is he steals a kitten. That's how bad he is. He steals a kitten. And Statham wants his kitten back. Should have been the fucking... See what I'm saying? Homefront. James Franco just gets a shit kicked out of him in 10, literally 20 seconds. Because he can't fight Jason Statham. And the car chase scene was literally less than a minute. You could time it on a stopwatch. We did all this shit already. It's just sad that I love action films. I've named all those action films I love. That's not including stuff like, you know, I love Shoot 'em Up. I love... the Ray Redemption. The Ray 2, I don't know. I don't know about a movie that's 2.5 hours long as compared to Godfather 2 and The Dark Knight. I know people say, well, yeah, because those are sequels are superior. But I don't like those movies. Granted, I mean, I did tire superhero movies, but the Avengers and the Incredible Hulk and and Thor, the first Thor and the first Iron Man. Sad to say, the first Thor, the first Iron Man, Avengers, I like them. Most of these old school action guys, they're newer films. I just say I like those films more than Steve Plan or Expendables 2. I like Thor and Iron Man more than Expendables 2 or Escape Plan or Red 2 or Good Day to Die Hard. Like if you say, hey, you want to watch the first Iron Man or Good Day to Die Hard, I say the first Iron Man. Of course, Iron Man 2 hasn't held up well. Iron Man 3 sucked. Captain America I wasn't a big fan of, so that's why I'm not really interested in the sequel. Thor 2, I've heard mediocre things. Like it's a meh. You already know my opinion on Nolan's Batman films. You already know my opinion on Man of Steel. I know people get mad when I bring it up. It's just nothing personal. Just me being frustrated. I'm just frustrated. That's what this is. It's a frustrated vlog. It's a frustrating action films today. Yeah, they have a lot of shitty CGI. You have a lot of shitty shaky cam. It's all fucking superhero shit. But at the same time, I gotta look at the other side of the mirror. And what's sad, and the point of this video, which is now 40 minutes in, who knows how many people actually made it this far, is that I gotta look on the other side of the mirror and go, you know what? These action stars today, the old school guys, they're not giving us a lot to work with either. I'm sorry. You take Escape Plan, you take Red 2, you take The Setup, and Bullet to the Head, and fucking... You put any of those movies against Commando, Total Recall, Running Man, Cobra, Tango and Cash, Lock Up, Over the Top, Cliffhanger Demolition Man, Hard Target, Time Cop, Bloodsport, Cyborg, Death Warrant, Icon in Peace, The Punisher, Red Scorpion, Showdown Low Tokyo, Army of One, Men of War, Universal Soldier. And nothing in this day competes that these guys do. The Expendables first film, I do enjoy that film. That's one I can, even with its little problems. I can't say it was Expendables 2. With his constant jokes like, who's next, Rambo? It's a shitty joke. Or a shitty Chuck Norris joke about snakes. That's a few years too late for a Chuck Norris joke. fucking sad that I looked at World War Z is an action film more than a horror film. It's an action film. It's sad that after you look at World War Z, I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about you. This is a vlog. This is mine. You make your own. I look at World War Z. I'm like, that's better than anything that these other guys have done in 4 years. You know, since the first Expendables, World War Z, and Dread, and Raid Redemption. Those how you do it. Of course, what happened? Dread flopped, and Raid Redemption didn't get jack shit. So, even if you make good action films like Dread, they flop. But my point is, I'm frustrated that Arnold and Sly, and I'm frustrated that Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren and such don't get, you know, a chance in the theater again, other than Expendables. These guys need to choose better scripts. They need to choose better films. Because, sad to say, most of these films have been shitty that these guys are doing. And we know they can do better. I mean, I know I can only speak for myself. I know they can do better. Arnold, I know you can do better than fucking Escape Plan or the shit that I'm saying on Sabotage. I know you can do better. I know you can. But a lot of people don't like Arnold. They don't like they think he was a shitty governor of California. They thought he was shitty for cheating on his wife and having a baby with a maid. And it does affect his... Look at Mel Gibson. Look how many people got pissed at him. His films like Get the Greener went direct to DVD. Did anyone see Machete Kills? It didn't flop just because of Mel Gibson, but no one saw that movie. Expendables 1, Expendables 2, they were hits because he had all those people together. But I think even that's going to wear thin. Maybe, like, these guys... Maybe it'll come to a point where these guys will all do straight-to-DVD movies in the U.S. And overseas, they'll release it in theaters. Because they don't make money here in the U.S. Sabotage only made $5-6 million. Escape Plan only made $25 million. It's like, wow, we're making jack shit here. So we'll release it straight-to-DVD here and clean up on straight-to-DVD sales. But then we'll release it in theaters and try to get some of that budget back on that. I wouldn't be surprised if you see that in the future. Straight to DVD here, except big brand names. Like, Arnold's going to do Terminator 5, he's going to do Twins 2, Triplets, and he's going to do Conan. Those will go to theaters because those are big name franchises. You're not going to see a Terminator movie direct to DVD, I would think. You're not going to see Twins 2 direct to DVD. You're not going to see the new Conan direct to DVD. As for the future, I don't want to see another Terminator movie. And Arnold says in an interview, well, I'm going to look old because, see, while underneath is an endoskeleton, the outside, the skin ages. Why the fuck would Skynet make skin that ages? When they have a time machine that they could go back to, instead of saying... If you have a time machine, why would you go back 20 years and have them wait for 20 years and get older with the skin? And instead of just going back to 20 minutes or going around that same year, why the fuck would you need skin that... Why? It's just, they're bullshit reasons so Arnold can be the Terminator again. He's like 70 years old. He's too old to play a Terminator, I'm sorry. He can still be a guy that carries a gun. Charles Bronson did that at the same age with Death Wish 3 and 4 and other films. Clint Eastwood was doing that stuff when he was doing Unforgiven and In the Line of Fire. Which are, In the Line of Fire is great. But... And I don't need to see a Twins 2 with Eddie Murphy. I don't need to see a Twins 2 with triplets. When was the last fucking time Eddie Murphy... If you want Eddie Murphy in the film, when was the last time he was fucking funny? In a new Conan film? I don't need to see a new Conan film. I got enough Conan with the other fucking Conan a few years ago. I like The Last Stand. I thought he was going to make more good movies like that. But Steve playing this movie, Sabotage, I have no hope for. If I'm surprised, I'll admit it. I've admitted shit in the past. I talked shit about World War Z and Pain and Gain. I admit I like them. Hell, I talked shit about the 2012 cartoon of Ninja Turtles. I admitted it's grown on me. Of course, maybe that's because that new fucking Turtles movie looked so much like dog shit. I looked at this cartoon and I'm like, wow, it doesn't look that bad. They actually look like turtles. They look like noses that don't hang a fucking coat on. They look like Shrek's retarded brother looking for donkey dick. I'm going all over the place on this, so I don't know what the fuck I'm going to call this fucking video. I don't even know what the fuck the point is. This is 5 in the morning. I couldn't fucking sleep. So I did this at 4 in the morning. I couldn't fucking sleep. So this is a vlog of I don't know what the fuck. I'm just pissed off that these guys are doing these piece of shit movies when they can do better films. Stallone need to do Hunter, Arnold, pick up better scripts, or get James Cameron to get the fuck away from Avatar and make another movie, an original movie, like True Lies. Not True Lies 2, I mean like another movie like that, or do another movie like Eraser or something. Bruce Willis, get the fuck out of your crazy madness of being an asshole, or being greedy, or doing spit takes. Give Van Damme a fucking budget and give him something that he can actually, you know. Walker the Jungle was a piece of shit, but Van Damme was good because he could show he could be funny and he could smile. I like that. Have him have a character, but give a big budget, fun action movie. No, can't do that. Can't do that with Dolph Lundgren either. That's where they're stuck in direct-to-DVD land with piss-poor budgets. Steven Seagal, again, I'm not even touching him. Do not want to touch his ass. I want to touch him. Now it makes me want to fucking watch Red Heat now. But I can't. I gotta go to sleep. It's 5 in the fucking morning. Anyway, I just wish that, I mean, the action genre is in the shitter. Is in the absolute shitter. I mean, yeah, I'm tired of superhero films. But on the flip side, I'm not cutting these action guys slack because they can do better. I mean, Van Damme, Dolph Lundgren, maybe they just don't have choices. They don't have much choices anymore. They're stuck with what they've got. Because, well, you don't give Dolph after Expendables a fucking Uwe Boll movie and a direct-to-DVD sequel to a piece of shit movie called In the Name of the King. And Van Damme, well, you don't give him. Oh, you have a little cameo role in this film called Dragging Eyes. You're in it for like 5 minutes. And, yeah. You're in some movie about UFO and you're in it for like a cameo appearance. Assassinate Your Asshole, where the whole fucking screen is in yellow, like someone pissed on it. I love watching piss yellow. I love watching piss yellow. It's my favorite color. Makes me want to puke day glow. Anyway, and Arnold, he needs to step back and go, you know what? Rethink things. I mean, he's not. He's going to do Terminator 5. He's going to do Twins 2. He's going to do another Conan. He's got this zombie film called Maggie, which I don't know what's going to happen to that. I would not be surprised if that did go direct to DVD. And they go, you know what, we'll make more money direct to DVD. But who knows? Maybe they'll put it in the theaters just like, hey, The Walking Dead's popular. It's a zombie movie. I would guarantee, though, that Maggie, or it'll probably, who knows, maybe it'll change its name. It'll flop. You put it in the theaters, I guarantee it'll flop. Unless it costs a very tiny budget and makes it its opening weekend. But yeah, Arnold, look forward to T5 and fucking all this piece of shit. Anyway, I gotta head to bed. And I'm just frustrated that these action guys are doing really shitty movies. And I think they could do better. And the fact that they're bombing so badly, I can't be like Showdown Low Tokyo and The Punisher and Hard Target and Cloud Damage and Daylight and ICU. And I'm like, why didn't they do better? I support those movies. I think those are better movies, but these guys can do better. So I don't know what the fuck happened. Is Hollywood, are they just taking shitty strips? Is it because the action is shitty with shaky cam, or even direct-to-video stuff are even more piss-poor, lower budgets, or it's just, what the fuck it is. Again, it's all personal opinion. There are people who enjoy all the films I hated. That's fine. This is my own personal opinion. But either way, thanks for watching. Take care. And I'll probably upload this another day because I'm too tired. But we'll see you later. Bye-bye.